France has long been the home of nuclear energy in Europe. More than 75% of all its power comes from reactors. In fact, it's the world's biggest net exporter of electricity thanks to its nuclear fleet. Here on the Brittany coast, behind high security, the next chapter of France's nuclear legacy is being built. Flammenville is the site of EDF's latest third-generation reactor, being built in the shadow of its two predecessors. There have been nuclear reactors on this site in Flammenville for 25 years. 1 and 2 were built in the 1980s. This is Flammenville 3, which is being constructed now and should be finished by 2014. It's exactly the same design for the two reactors that are planned in the UK at Sizewell and Hinkley. And EDF say the new design, the EPR, is the safest yet. But what makes it so special, and what can guarantee nuclear safety post-Fukushima? The site is enormous. 3,300 workers are toiling 24 hours a day to construct what is billed as one of the safest reactors ever made. The EPR, or European Pressure Reactor, has 4 safety systems, a specialised core meltdown catcher and a unique double-wall design. The 2 walls being constructed in reinforced concrete sandwich a steel-lined pressure vessel, inside which the nuclear reaction takes place. This double containment means the reactor should be able to withstand core meltdown and stop radiation leaking to the atmosphere.
Évidemment, nous les ferons. Et notre intérêt, c'est de les connaître.
The man in charge with overseeing the project is Antoine Ménager. Flammenville, like Fukushima, is built by the sea. And I asked him if there had been any repercussions from the Japanese incident when it came to construction of the EPR. What are the lessons that the nuclear industry has learnt about building power stations by the sea after Fukushima, and will it make a change to the design?
At this time, the process to analyze the feedback experience of the accident at Fukushima is in progress. Engineering division of EDF are mobilized on this topic. In fact, the government asked for this, and the EDF will present all the conclusions of this work to Safety Authority in September. So by this time, it's not yet the time to explain this, but you must be sure that EDF is fully mobilized on this. Safety is our permanent priority, so we are working hard to take the lessons of Fukushima.
Flammenville 3 is the blueprint for what will be built at both Hinkley Point and Sizewell in England. So will they be just as safe?
As you know, when working in nuclear industry, our permanent priority is safety, and these measures improvements of EPR are on nuclear safety to improve nuclear safety. So, of course, all these major improvements will be implemented first in Flammenville in front of you, and of course in all the EPR EDF will build in the world, and especially in Great Britain.
Once it's finished in 2014, the Flammenville 3 reactor will have an operating life of 60 years, far longer than its 2 predecessors. It'll deliver 1,650 megawatts of electricity to the grid, considerably more than any current French plant. For those living with the plant, there are obvious benefits, such as employment. But what about the wider issues of safety? The French have had nuclear power for more than a generation, and they've kind of got used to it. I've come here to Cherbourg, which is half an hour's drive from Flammenville, to gauge local opinion based on what they know about nuclear power now and in light of what's happened at Fukushima.
I don't think it's safe, personally, you know, and I don't think we know everything about the danger of nuclear power, because you know what's happened in Japan, and there is something, you know, happened before in Chernobyl, and everybody seems to be very quiet. No, everything is fine, don't worry. It's happened in Japan, it's happened in Chernobyl, but in France it's safe. Of course it's not.
Ça fait très longtemps que le gouvernement a décidé d'avoir du nucléaire en France.
It's been a long while since the government first decided to use nuclear power in France. This is a pity, because when I think about how the Nordic countries, Sweden and Norway in particular, have gone about using renewable energy, we haven't had the chance to decide or choose. The government has done this.
C'est pas à nous de décider, on peut pas choisir.
There are a lot of people here, many of whom are subcontractors, which is good for the region locally. We get few visitors to this nice area, so nuclear power is really good for the local economy.
Germany's recent decision to phase out all nuclear power by 2022 means France will cement its role as the home of nuclear energy in Europe. Once building of similar reactors starts in the UK, we will know if the British public will be as receptive to this form of power. Sumit Bose, Energy Live News, Flammenville.